afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Hump Day edition of Just Parlays with Chris King. I'm the host for 3 more days. Scott Steen, lead handicapper at winnersandwhiners.com. Chris, I'm going to hear that music in my dreams, in my nightmares for the rest of my life. That intro music, I'm going to feel like I ought to be doing something because I got 30 seconds to get the shit done, man. So
yeah, who was it that wrote that song? I'll see you in my dreams. Was that? Damn, I can't remember who that was. But that's why that music will play for you.
There you go. There you go. Can you see comments, Chris?
I can.
I cannot for whatever reason.
Yeah, we got Ryan saying Happy Wednesday. He's going to watch the Phillies tonight against the Nationals up at Citizens Bank Park. What do we think of their chances to pull out a win? Well, it's Josiah Gray and Aaron Nola. The Phillies are a pretty heavy favorite after they squeaked out that win yesterday by the narrow margin of 11-0.
You know, we're used to saying that when you're playing an over, one team's going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting. That was true to the extreme in that game, as Washington did nothing. They sat in the car and drank fucking beer while you moved everything.
And what made it worse is they probably told them it was O'Doul's.
They were drinking O'Doul's?
No, but, I read in one, and I know that you're not a big fan of Chris Jericho, but he wrote in one of his books that they were at his band was at a thing, and Zach Wilde was there. And Zach Wilde told a story about how he kept putting putting Heineken in the O'Doul's bottles so that way he could drink on stage. And Ozzy Osbourne was drinking. And said, hey, these O'Doul's are pretty fucking good. You can get a buzz on them. After he drank like 6 of them.
Outstanding. Well, there's a band that had some good luck with drunk people. Didn't work out well for Randy Rose and the Airplane as they buzzed the tour bus and then fucking garped it into the fucking ground.
Rye said that even he could hit off the Nats bullpen. So there you go. Rye Cape now doing his best Scott Reichel impression.
Nice. How about that for a murderer's row? You could start the lineup with Reichel. He'd have to hit leadoff. He's the only one of us that could probably make it to first base. And then you got in the end, in no particular order. I don't even know who's going to hit cleanup here, but since Rye volunteered, we'll put him in the 4 hole. I'm the bat guy. I'm the fucking bat manipulator. I'll bat second and move that fucking runner over.
So you're the sacrifice guy, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a ghost runner at home. Is that going to be a problem? I'm gonna need like when you were a kid, maybe somebody had a sprained ankle or something. They still wanted to play, so you'd have a guy stand behind the catcher, and as soon as you got a hit, you just fucking take off running. You just stand there. Good times. That's my major league career. This is really troubling that I can't see comments. You're gonna have to do all the comments today, Chris, because I can't. I click on the new comment button. The slider goes down over on the left, like I should be able to see some new shit. I can't see nothing. Nothing.
Weird.
Very frustrating.
James S. said his first NFL future bet is the Bills at plus 350 to win the AFC title. Sean Mejias says that he's got a 3-teamer going with the Brewers on the run line, the Twins on the money line, and the Red Sox on the run line.
Brewers firing up here in 1 minute.
Yeah, Corbin Burns going against Adrian Sampson. I know I'm a Cubs fan. I know that Art Vandelay got beat up yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not taking the Cubs in this one. I took Burns on the run line myself.
I felt that way yesterday with the Cardinals when I was like, well, Cardinals pretty good value again. I'm like, fuck, stop it. Stop it. Let's knock it off. And of course, that bullpen, dude, you touched on it. That bullpen is in flames right now.
Yeah, and they're not getting – I mean, Palante gave up 5 in the first. I saw people on Twitter going, well, Cardinals got the early lead. And then 2 minutes later, like, well, so much for that.
Speaking of bullpens that have pretty good numbers but have absolutely shit the bed in their series is the Rangers and the Orioles.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was watching that game going, well, the Orioles are in good shape. They're up 4-0. Then it's 4-3. Then it's 4-4. Then,
right.
Then it's 7-4. I'm like, hey, look at that.
Dude, I had that as my premium best bet, right? I've got the Orioles there.
You had them again yesterday? You had them 2 days in a row?
Well, I had them as my free play of the day before.
Oh, okay.
And then yesterday, I liked it so much that I loaded up on them with.
You got back to the well.
9-1-1, by the way. My last 11 best bets. So, but anyway, I'm watching the game, and it's I'm keeping an eye on the score, and I'm watching other stuff, and it's 4-4. I go, well, I better turn that on. I see him score 3 runs in the whatever that was, the bottom of the 7th.
I think it was bottom 7.
I'm like, okay, well, we're good. I flip it back over. I'm watching some other stuff. I check the score again. Oh shit! It's 7-6. It's 7-7. Oh fuck! They're behind. What the?
And then it's 8. Then it's 8-7 in the bottom of the 8th. Then it's 9-8 Texas.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we doing here? They had the fucking another 2-out big hit to tie it up. Hit a home run. This time.
Rougned Odor.
That's not even close on either one of those. But
well,
bless you for trying. Hey, by the way, I saw him. We went to spring training in the Royal Share of the complex with the Rangers, and we saw him like just sitting in a batting cage where you could just walk right past him and he's just sitting there in a chair. And I went, dude, nice job on Jose, because it was a season after he punched Jose Bautista. Yeah, so he like kind of glanced, but he wouldn't do anything. I'd like to tell you how he got up and high-fived me, and like, yeah, but none of that happened.
Oh, okay, so it's Rougned Odor.
Correct.
I had to look it up to get the pronunciation. I just call him that guy that barely hits 200.
Yeah, he's not hitting, and he hadn't hit a lick since he got traded from Texas. So anyway,
in 2019 when he was with Texas, he hit 205. Then he hit
the writing was on the
167. Wall. Then he hit 202 with the Yankees last year, and he's at 206 right now.
I guess you could legitimately say the last time Odor hit well was connecting
Bautista's face.
Right, cross with Bautista. Yeah. So. Oh man!
So let's see. The Immortal Dead Boy said, "What's up,
please?"
AJ's is telling you to refresh.
Refresh? Okay. Oh shit! Really? Okay, I'm gonna try it. But
worth a shot.
This could totally dump everything. All right.
Crystal Craig said, "Odor still gets booed at the Rogers Center, and they hate them. Hate in capital letters in Toronto." Rye said he got paid for one decent season.
That's basically true. Yeah, one good season, one good punch.
Crystal also said the Jays bullpen shits the bed every day, every damn day. If you want to be, verbatim.
They're Amber Hearding that motherfucker.
Also, we got James S. James, I didn't see you say yo. Did I miss that at the top of the screen?
What's up, James?
In fact, he didn't say yo. His first comment was about the Bills being his first NFL futures bet. Then he had to we feel about getting Von Miller for 6 years. Well, the good thing about that is the Miller deal, they've got an opt-out after 3. I think the last 3 years are player options or something like that. So it's basically a 3-year, I think, $52 million deal.
In the NFL?
Yeah.
Every year is an option year.
But I mean, you know what I mean, though. You got those voidable years, but you've got those voidable years at the end of the deal.
Right. Well, and
so 3 years, $52 million. It's basically what Chandler Jones got, pretty much.
Whatever. You're just shuffling decks. You're just shuffling chairs on the fucking Titanic, buddy.
Yeah, and you're going to be throwing to Sammy Watkins and Valdez Scantling.
Oh, Sammy Watkins.
Oh, that's right. He didn't go there. He went to Green Bay. My mistake.
I will.
You'll have Valdez Scantling. Oh, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Right. if you want to make your reservations now for January in Kansas City to see the championship game, now's the time to do it. You get cheap airfare.
You're being awful optimistic when you consider how improved the AFC West is. Then you guys got to play each other 6 times.
Don't give a fuck. Don't care.
Okay, would you rather play the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos twice, or would you rather play the Patriots, the Jets, and the
I know you
Dolphins?
You guys got the cakewalk. You could walk backwards to the division championship. No, I get it, but
but let's be fair now. We're not the AFC South.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's be you see. Well, Tennessee or Indy may not suck, and maybe they won't. But god damn, those other 2 teams are so awful, just awful.
And James Little asked you how it's going. He called you Stiepenroller.
Oh, that's my German name.
Gotcha.
So Stiepenroller. All right, I'm gonna refresh everybody. I'll either be back and see comments, or we'll have to start the show over. Get ready. Here we go.
Right, I'm not gonna sleep on the Dolphins, but I look at the fact that they got all those new pieces. It's going to take a while for them to gel. Plus, you still got Tagovailoa at quarterback. Allen's beaten Miami 7 straight times.
Holy shit, AJ's, it worked. Not only am I back,
Now you're on the other side of the screen.
Huh?
Now you're on the other side of the screen. You're on the right side, going left to right on the radio down. There you go. Now you flip it back.
There you go.
So it did work for you?
Yeah, I can see comments now. I can see James talking about his second team is the Bills.
Well, good. See, refresh worked.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I gave shout out and props to AJ's. No question about it.
That's good stuff.
Brandon's liking the Angels Marlins nerfy. I don't hate that.
I'm a little skittish just because Trevor Rogers is pitching and his ERA is over 5.5.
That is true. If you want to, poke.
I'm just going to look and see what his first inning ERA is here real quick.
All the balloons. It's fine.
Well, no, it's not a matter of that. It's just that we talked about yesterday how the Angels don't score, and that panned out because Alcantara was on the mound.
Nope.
Yeah, well, we're just going to call him the front guy of the rotation.
Nope. Alcantara.
Well, originally you're the one who said it was Alcantara or whatever before.
Totally copied that.
Okay, Rogers in the first inning this year has given up 9 runs in 15 starts.
All right.
Opponents hitting 267, on base percentage of 338, slugging 450 against him in the opening inning. Batting average on balls in play 333.
Okay, so they've had a little luck.
Yeah, fortunately, they don't do no runs in the second inning because his ERA is worse then. Then he's up to 7.36. But
Ohtani's been fantastic. He's got a string of 19 2/3 shutout innings going. So
I believe so.
The start before that, he gave up 1 in 7. So he's given up 1 run in his last 26 2/3. That's pretty impressive. That's worth a. That's where when you can solve half the equation, I think the nerfy's worth a shot.
True.
So very good. James S says, "What's good? My cooking's good. That's what's good. You know what else is good? The Panthers. Panthers just traded for Mayfield. How do you feel about that?
Well, we knew Cleveland was going to dump him. I wonder if this means that either they think that Watson's not going to get suspended, or they think that they're going to just get by with other pieces in the interim. But I mean, obviously, you knew that this was going to be coming. They didn't get a whole lot out of it.
No, they didn't. They're paying half his salary.
Actually, they're paying $10.5 million of it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's actually 2/3. Carolina's only paying $4.85 million of it.
So Mayfield's supposed to make 18.8, and he is settling for 15.35 just to get the fuck out of Cleveland.
Yeah, and Cleveland's going to get a 4th or a 5th rounder 2 years from now.
Yeah, exactly. I do believe it is an upgrade at the quarterback position for the Carolina Panthers.
Well, I mean, let's be honest.
Everyone outside of Charlotte knows Cam Newton is toast. You watched him play for New England. You watched him play for Carolina last year. He's done. He had a great career. You can argue about whether he's a Hall of Famer or not, but he's done. Sam Darnold never got started because he sucks. So Mayfield is a.
Oh, watch this now. Now you said he sucks, but he's still about one of the top 50 quarterbacks in the world right now.
That's right. You're right. That's a good one to call back. And everything is spoken subjectively and comparatively speaking to other NFL quarterbacks. So
true. Yeah. But I mean, think about it. Now you've got the 1st and 3rd overall selections in the 2018 draft in your quarterback room.
Yeah, it's true.
And like you said, neither one of them have been all that great.
Would you call Baker Mayfield? Where would you put him? 1 through 32. Where do you put him? 15, 16. You put him right in the middle. You put him a little up, a little down.
I'd probably put him about 19 or 20.
Okay.
Darnold, I would probably put lower than that.
Oh yeah, I think so.
But
I think he's dead in the middle. I think he's 15, 16. That's
you put that. Well, that might be true now that Roethlisberger's gone and guys like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that might bump him up a little.
Well, Roethlisberger hasn't been a top tier quarterback, a top half quarterback for the last 2 seasons.
Raya Cape said Steen is an upgrade to Darnold.
Thank you very much, buddy.
However, we're not going to go as far as saying Reichel would be an upgrade on him or Baker Mayfield.
That means a lot coming from the Phillies' new cleanup hitter. It really does.
Brandon, where you can find inning ERA is if you go to Baseball Reference and look at each guy, you can go to the splits page and go by year. And if you go far enough down, it shows you by inning what his numbers are.
Yep, Scott. That's such a trove of information. If you go to if you go to splits, because he's got him at each park, it's got him against each individual team. Of course, it's got home and away, and all the stuff you'd expect. But it goes micro granular.
Yeah, I use it for when I write stuff, when I do pitching matchups. I talk about what they've done in their career against a team and at the park, or if they've even pitched there. Because in the case of Gray, we were talking about Ryan's going to be at the game tonight at Citizens Bank Park. Gray hasn't pitched against the Phillies, so he hasn't pitched at Citizens Bank Park, or he's pitched against the Phillies, but they've all been at Nationals Park, so he hasn't pitched at Citizens Bank Park yet. Gotcha.
Yeah, Baseball Reference, great site. It's not written from a handicapping standpoint. It's not. You're not going to see overs and unders, and like a lot of your sites will show you how it matched up with the spreads and the totals and whatnot. But for just flat out information, you can't beat Baseball Reference or Pro Football Reference for that matter.
True. Or Sports Reference CFB.
Yes. All good. All the reference sites are top knowledge.
And one more thing about Trevor Rogers, since we were talking about that Nerfy. At home this year, Rogers 2-3, an 839 earned run average, a 1.865 whip. Yeah. He's given up 7 homers in 24 2/3 innings.
Yeah, his home numbers are not ideal at all, and I'm looking to see if that's just been an accumulation or if it's he must have just got lit up.
Let's see.
He did. He 1 2/3 against Philly, gave up 7 runs, and then he followed that up against Arizona, going 4 1/3, giving up 5 runs.
And then he gave up 4 against Atlanta on May 20th. He gave 5 runs in 4 innings.
Yeah, that's not ideal. So the good news, if you want to back the Miami Marlins in that spot, all of those starts came early. Those were all May 20th or earlier.
He did get dinged on June 25th for 3 runs on 7 hits and 4 1/3 by the Mets.
Okay.
So basically, his one decent start at home. Well, if you want to call it decent, he was decent against Milwaukee back on May 14th, and he was decent against the Nationals on June 9th. But let's face it, Rye could probably shut down the Nationals.
There you go. Hey, speaking of Rye, I don't think we've made this announcement yet. Yesterday we got the green light to continue the NASCAR show. So for those of you that are missing me and Scott together, and they're soon to be missing me and Chris together, you can see us all together, along with the one and only Rye Cape, cleanup hitter of the Phillies. And we'll be doing that show every Friday at, I don't know what time you guys want to do it. You want to do it earlier now that, well, you'll still have your gig.
I don't think anything's going in the 3 o'clock slot as of yet.
We'll talk about it OL. So, all right. Well, want to do some baseball?
Sure, why not?
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
All right, we'll start with, hey, look, it's the Angels and the Marlins.
Okay.
All that great stuff we were just talking about.
Okay.
Like you said, Ohtani's pitched well. I forgot to change the records up there, but that's because I was trying to finish it up before the show. We know the Angels are below 500. The Marlins have won 6 in a row, So good on them. They're within a game of 500. I don't think they're going to get there today. I'm worried about Rogers trying to pitch. I know the Angels have sputtered at the plate. Hopefully Don Mattingly will learn going forward. If you've got Lopez or Alcantara on the mound, don't go to the bullpen. Don't make life miserable for anybody that thought the Marlins were going to win the game.
I was sweating that. I had the team total under 3.5 on the Angels and going to the ninth. Alcantara's given up 2 hits, no runs, no walks. I'm like,
struck out 10.
We're cruising here. And Donnie Baseball Got to show how smart he is. So I don't know. He was at 107, Chris. You bring him out there and cap him at 120.
He threw 117 against the Cardinals in the start before and went the whole way.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking you let him go, and you let him go to 120, or maybe give up the first hit, whatever.
Yeah,
base runner.
I mean, he had 2 singles, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wasn't. I wouldn't have pulled him. I mean, then you look at who was it? Scott that came in relief there. If you want to call it relief, the only relief that was relief.
Scott, my nickname in high school, by the way, Tan Scott was who came in the 9th inning.
Single, strikeout, walk, sacrifice fly. And then he got a line out on the first pitch. I don't know why Walsh was first pitch swinging after that.
How many times do you see that where a pitcher will walk a guy or two, throws 4 straight balls, the next guy comes up fucking first pitch swinging? Now, I will say it happened in the Orioles game last night. The motherfucker couldn't find home plate, and he steps up there in the bottom of the 10th and cranks it to the gap, and the Orioles win. So I'm like, he's gonna fucking swing at this pitch. He did, and he punished him. So, but normally you see those guys up there first pitch swinging after the guy can't find home plate. Like, what are we fucking doing here?
Yeah, I mean, it's just as bad as what we were talking about the other day with the Cubs and the Brewers, where Robertson, he has second and third with 1 out, and he strikes Peterson out on 3 pitches. So he's only got to get 1 more out to get out of it, and they would have won 2-1. Instead, he plunks Wong, and then throws 4 pitches that are nowhere near the strike zone. I get it, you're pitching to Christian Yelich, but I'd rather make him hit the ball than fucking beat you than throw the pitches that are nowhere near anything.
Agreed.
Force into tying run, and then you lose in extras.
Well, I had a walk-off HBP the other day with the Orioles. They had the bases loaded. He plunked him on the first pitch. Like, fucking, I don't think I've ever seen a walk-off. I'm sure I have. I just don't remember it, but I'm sure that.
They're not common.
No, they're not. But it's probably the first time I've ever won a bet because of one.
This is probably true.
All right, I'm just looking at everything you have written there. I'm just
trying to see if they're. Look, last month in Double-A baseball, the Biloxi Shuckers led by 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th against the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. They got the first out, then they had an error, then they walked a guy, then they plugged 4 straight guys.
Jesus.
To lose.
Well, yeah, you deserve to lose. My goodness. 4 in a row. That's incredible.
Said the play-by-play announcer said it best. Said, if you can find a stranger walk-off win in baseball, I'd love to see it.
I ain't going to argue with that. All right. So basically,
let's just keep plugging dudes.
I'm looking at all your stats here. I don't care about any of them. So the only one I care about is the one that would fade your team, and that's the Angels are 24th in the majors in runs per game. They're even worse on the road, 3.68. That's the reason, Chris, I have no interest in laying over $1.50 with the Angels. Sorry, buddy. I know Ohtani's on the mound. He's been very, 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 very good lately, but I have no faith in this Angels team to score a goddamn thing. No,
I don't have any faith in the Marlins scoring against Ohtani.
Fair enough.
Like we talked about Rogers' numbers. If you're going to score runs, this is the guy you're going to score runs against.
Right, and you want to take the Angels. You might as well in for a penny, in for a pound. If you're going to lay the money line, you might as well lay the 1.5 and get that number down to something more manageable. Because I think if the Angels win this, it's going to be a substantial margin.
Yeah, I think it'll be like 4-5-1, 5-2, maybe.
Very possible. Very possible.
You got to worry about the Angels bullpen, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of bullpens, you got to worry about how about the Kansas City Royals?
Oh, oofta! You do this just to torture me.
No, I didn't put the game up because the line was ridiculous.
I thought it was coming up on the next slide. I'm like, okay, here we go.
No, I didn't. I was going to put it up, and I tried plugging it in all the numbers, and it would have just went.
Yeah, it's
because they're going to like -2 between 270 and 290. That's why I texted you earlier. I was going to put in a first 5 but the Dodgers are -310 or whatever, and they're -300 in first 5, and Mitch White is pitching.
Yeah, I know. You can't. You're not going to make a living betting Mitch White at -300. You're just
he's facing Jose Urena. Remember him?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was surprised that he was going to be plugged into the starting rotation, but then I forgot that Senzatella got hurt and somebody got hurt to start before him too last week.
So you mentioned it. Kansas City for the second day in a row pissed away a lead.
A healthy lead.
They it's kind of what they do. It's kind of their thing, man.
It's what we do.
You know, it does. I told you this before. It reminds me of when the Royals used to play the Yankees, and this is not necessarily back in the heyday of the '70s. This is more like the good early Yankees teams with A-Rod and that kind of stuff. But they would inevitably fuck around for 7 innings. You're like, Kansas City's up 4-1 after 7. You're like, oh, this is it. Lucy's holding the ball this time, and Charlie Brown take a run at it. 8th and 9th inning come, they put up 7 runs, and all of a sudden, fucking Royals lose by 3. Like, I don't even know how that happened, but we would see that time and time again. Good teams sometimes just take a little motivation, or they can get to the bullpen, whatever. But yeah, this is a Royals team yesterday that just, for whatever reason, they get up early and they can't hold a lead. They were up, or they up 4-2 yesterday. Yeah, they were up 4-2 after 3, and just couldn't get it done. Of course, Greinke was not good yesterday at all. Five innings, 10 hits, 6 earned. Not good.
I'm wondering how long, they're going to keep Vinny Pasquantino up there. I mean, he's got 6 walks already. What the hell? Yeah,
he's got to go. He's
hitting 143, but his on base percentage is 379.
He needs more seasoning at AAA, obviously.
And he's been plunked twice.
God bless him. He should be playing for the fucking Shuckers.
And he's only struck out 3 times in 21 at bats. That's pretty good for a guy that, like you said, has some pop down there in the minors.
You know what they call guys like that on the Royals roster? Trade bait. Trade bait.
I thought you were going to go back to Office Space and go, not going to be here anymore.
Yeah, that's about right. Pasca passed over on the next round to call it what it was. So yeah, Benintendi's gone. I'm trying to think who else.
Do you think they'll get something, a decent package for him?
Well, a lot of teams would.
Well, that's what I mean. But we're talking about the Royals.
Yeah, no, the Royals are going to get fleeced. We're going to get 2 low prospects, an A and a double A, that are lottery tickets and won't pan out. Then we're going to get a triple A guy who's bounced around, been in the minors for a while, shows some promise, and he'll never do anything. That's my prediction. Players to be named later, but
they had to Miles Straw to try and deflate a rally for the Guardians. Get the first 2 guys on, and Straw probably bounces into a double play.
Remember April? Yeah, so does Miles Straw. Good times.
Yeah, he's down to $1.92 now.
Yikes!
Making Carlos Santana look good.
Tearing up your fucking Miles Straw Rookie of the Year tickets that you bought in April at 80 to 1 or whatever. You're like, oh, this is such a good deal. Like, oh fuck.
Hey, look, we'll talk about the Phillies and the Nats just because Rye's here.
Cool.
The Nats, not good.
No.
I think the most surprising thing that's come out of the national season is that they extended Davey Martinez's contract. What the hell are these people thinking?
First in peace, first in war, last in the NL East, buddy.
Marla said that trade would be a Pirates trade with Benintendi.
Wonder what happened if the Royals and Pirates traded with each other. Just
Ryan said the Phillies will give you Alec Boehm and a player to be named later, plus cash considerations.
Yeah, I'm sure. Royals always seem to be wanting that cash. I don't know who's got a fucking problem. Somebody's got a drug problem, gambling problem. They always want a bunch of cash. And
that's probably Dayton Moore.
Well, oh no, he's the big anti-porn Christian guy.
Yeah,
there's a whole
in
thing.
front of the media. For all you know, he's got his own sex cult, and is the next big Colombian drug dealer.
Dayton Moore's sex cult scandal rocks Kansas City. Oh,
he's fronting for the cartel.
I got to think that if the Royals and the Pirates made a trade, it would somehow be the first time in history both teams get screwed.
Yeah, they could trade you Mitch Keller, and you could trade them Brad Keller.
Right? You could keep the same jerseys. You wouldn't even have to fucking.
Yeah, you don't have to change numbers in the locker room or anything like that.
It's perfect. Just to fucking trade the Keller brothers For the record,
Andrew said Coke and hookers.
Coke and hookers. Hey, speaking of Friday night,
make sure you close the curtain so your daughters can't see it from across the way since they moved down closer to you.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the 80s mantra of MLB. Coke and hookers. They had the four guys on the Royals get busted. They had Tim Raines, who I don't know.
Don't forget Lamar Hoyt.
Lamar Hoyt. Oh yeah, the most unlikely. I think did you ever read the story about why Tim Raines always slid head first?
I read it, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, because he had his vial in his back pocket.
Oh, that's right. He didn't want to break it.
Didn't want to break the vial.
Alan Wiggins, don't forget him.
I already have. Sorry.
Well, there you go.
The Royals. It was Willie Wilson,
of course,
Vita Blue, Jerry Martin, and I can't remember the fourth one.
Of course. Gee, what a surprise! Vita Blue.
Vita Blue, which is exactly the history of his time in Kansas City. How was he when he was here? Oh, Vita Blue.
He was at the tail end of his career at that point, wasn't he?
Well, you could make the argument after his rookie season he was at the tail end of his career, but he was good in
71, and he won 22 games in 75, won 20 in 73.
Okay.
Won 18 a couple other times, but yeah, I see in 83 he was 0-5 with the Royals.
There you go. That's some Vita Blue right there.
Then he didn't play in 84. Then he went back to the Giants for 2 more years.
Yeah, that was right around the time. It was right after that we traded for we traded a lot of pieces for Mark Davis, closer from San Diego.
Oh yeah, I remember Mark Davis.
He was absolutely dreadful. They tried to convert him into a starter, and it was just a fucking disaster. And that was really the beginning of the end of the Royals dynasty of the 80s. All right.
You didn't get Davis until 90.
Yeah, so I said. So right around the late 80s there, because they had the 85 World Series, so they still spent a few years thinking that team was going to fucking do it, and then they started getting old and they started drafting. Well,
I remember when he won the Cy Young in '89 with the Padres.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so the Padres got absolute max value. Which, by the way, if you ever have a closer wins the Cy Young, what that really means is that is the time to trade him.
Closer. Oh, but there you go. You didn't actually trade him. You signed him as a free agent.
Oh, is that right? I thought we dumped a bunch. I thought we fucking got.
Now, Baseball Reference says he was signed as a free agent December 11th, 1989. Then you traded him to the Braves in '92.
I'll tell you what.
For Juan Berenguer, remember him?
Juan Berenguer, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when he pitched for the Twins.
Any holes in my memory in the late '80s, I can totally excuse those.
For cake and hookers.
I'll just say I didn't have a lot of hookers. All right. Phillies, we don't have to fucking talk about this. The Nationals are awful. You got Nola on the mound. He hasn't been lights out like he was earlier, but he's still really good. I know Josiah Gray is he's shown some flashes, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'll give you that. He's shown some flashes. I don't know how consistent he's going to be.
No, that's the thing. And then you're going to get into the Washington bullpen, and that's rarely a good time. The bullpen, by the way, on the road for the Nationals. Are you ready for this, Chris?
8,000.
648.
Okay, so just as bad as I thought.
648 ERA on the road, 459 overall. Yeah, again, Nola's been outstanding.
And I was going to point out that Nola gave up 4 runs in 7 innings against the Braves in his last start, but they were ahead by like a dozen runs, so he was just pitching to contact at that point.
Pitching to contact, yeah. See, I was thinking that game against San Francisco and the game against the Dodgers where he kind of hadn't been fantastic, but he's had 3 good starts and a decent. And again, it's a guy that's going to give you length.
He's going and the 4 starts before the one against the Braves, which the Phillies won.
Yeah,
3 of them. He went combined 30 innings and gave up 3 runs.
Yeah, he's been outstanding, and
he's another guy that, like we talked about before. We talk about guys that don't pick up wins themselves, and he's a prime example. He's only got 5 wins.
He has pitched into the 6th in every start except his first 2.
I believe that is correct.
And we're getting him stretched.
Well, he did in his first one. Then he went 3 1/3 in his second
So
start
it's
against.
just once has he failed to pitch into the 6th this season.
Yeah.
All right. So
And in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 starts, he's gone at least 6.
yeah, and he's gotten 7 in 6 of those 7. So yeah, you can't do anything with Washington here except fade them. Can't do it. Just fucking fade them. Pay the price. Take the run line. Take the over. Well, I don't know about taking the over.
Well, you never know. I mean,
you only got one
runs.
The problem is you only got one team contributing.
True.
So,
but that worked yesterday, like you said, because they just and the total is actually not that high in this one, which is surprising.
8.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on, they did 11 by themselves yesterday. They can get 9.
Maybe they're tired.
Well, that's why you bring in the backup guys, and they can probably still get hits. Like, come on, Rye could be suiting up tonight. We don't know.
Now hitting number. I was trying to think of Kurt Busch's number.
18.
No, that's Kyle Busch.
Oh, then 45.
45. Now hitting something where they Philadelphia Phillies. Number 45. Rye. Cape. There you go.
I thought you were going to give him like number 69 or something.
No, I'll give him Kurt Busch's number. All right, take the Phillies, lay the run line. Fucking can't go wrong. Phillies are at home. No one
getting a lot of value there for being a home team on the run line. $1.10.
Yeah, getting a buck. Getting a $1.10. Yep. It's all right. That's I don't understand. I mean, I get it. This is the home team, but
it's the Nationals.
You should have plenty of runs. You shouldn't have to skirt this one out in the bottom of the 9th and win by 1.
Probably said he wore 8 when he played sports.
Or 8.
Too bad. Now you're 45. Damn it.
Yogi Berra, is that Yogi Berra number?
But I don't think he liked Yogi Berra.
Who wore 8 with the Phillies? Is that Luzinski?
Could have been. No, Schmidt was 20.
20. That's right.
Let me see what number Luzinski wore.
Why do I have 8 in my
Was it Richie Allen? No, Luzinski was 42, and then he was 19 the majority of his career.
Yep. Nope. Okay,
was it Richie Allen?
I don't know.
I don't either.
This is the kind of compelling audio.
It wasn't him either.
All right, fair enough. Take the Phillies. Let's move on. 2-teamers. Show them to me.
All right. I actually had to put a prop in here because if I stuck another team in there with the Yankees based on the late games, this number would have been terrible because like we talked about, the Dodgers are minus 300. The Astros are minus 270. I wasn't going to touch the Blue Jays.
You can't. And I think what's her name from Toronto? Crystal. I think Crystal may have been onto something there because she pegged that a couple days ago, and she's been absolutely right about Toronto. She loves her Jays, but she realizes they're dealing with some problems right now, both internally and externally. So
Kikuchi struggled yesterday.
Yeah, shocker.
2 1/3, of course.
That was a great tip, Crystal, and that's why it's fun to do the show, because not only do we hopefully tell you some things that you don't know, but everybody in the comment section is very smart. And
it points out stuff that we don't necessarily know.
Absolutely. And we both knew about that happening with the first base coach's daughter, but we didn't really ever talk about it in context of how it affected the team. And Crystal kind of, if you'll excuse me, crystallized that into kind of an actionable trend there. So whether that's the reason or not, I don't know. But if you weren't paying attention when Crystal was talking, you're missing out.
She said not betting on him again today. I'm not either.
No.
I can't trust Barrios at this point.
No, and they're kind of in limbo for me, because it's not like, I hate this team, they suck, I got to fade them. It's just like, I don't know what's up with this team, but I'm going to stay away from them until they show me that they've turned it around. So, yeah, they're in purgatory for me right now as far as betting on them goes.
And I see that they're listing Gaussman as doubtful tomorrow, which means that they're going to have to plug somebody else in. Whether
doubtful?
He took a shot off his ankle in that game over the weekend. That's why
that's just an unusual designation for a baseball player.
True. It just says that he sat out the previous game due to a right ankle contusion. It's unlikely he'll make his next scheduled start against the Mariners.
Well, that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah, because then who do you go to? Because they started Hatch in the second game of that doubleheader the other day, and he got lit up.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? I think it was 10 runs. And
there was no escape, Hatch.
Yeah. The strange thing was, Hatch was once a prospect of the Cubs, and they traded him. I don't remember where he got traded to at the time, but he was supposed to be a big name guy. Yeah, but 4 2/3, you have 10 runs on 12 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. You have 3 homers against Tampa Bay.
Get the hard hitting Tampa Bay Rays, huh?
Yeah, so those aren't the kind of numbers that you really want to have. I don't know if they'll bring him back up to start.
Not good, Bob. Not good at all.
But I was gonna say you talked about it yesterday too about Kikuchi, because we talked about him against Tampa Bay.
Yep.
You said he was going to have one of those starts where he had 6 innings and give him 1 run, and that's what he did against the Rays.
He's got Bubich Lynch disease, buddy. He's got Bubich Lynch disease. 1 out of 6. Here we go.
Yep. And then yesterday he went 2 1/3 and gave up 4 runs on, of course, 2 hits, and walked 5 guys while not striking anybody out in 2 1/3 against the A's, who are not known, A, for being patient, or B, for hitting the ball.
Hitting the ball, scoring runs, making people go across home plate. Yeah, they're not known for any of those things.
Yeah, they had 4 hits and drew 8 walks.
Jesus. Moneyball, baby. Moneyball. Yeah, but he gets
they
on
left 13 guys on base.
Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Chris Reads the Box Scores.
That's just horrible.
I know. Tell me about Ohtani strikeouts, brother. Are we talking about the Yankees at all?
Yes.
What's the pitching matchup?
It's what do I have it here? Severino and the other Keller.
Oh, Mitch. Mitchie.
I'd rather have Helen Keller pitching than Mitch.
No, you wouldn't. No, it's close. Tell me about that game yesterday, Chris. What happened to the Yankees there?
I don't know, to be honest with you. They didn't. I guess they left their bats back in the Bronx because they didn't do squat. Quintana actually looked good, which was, I got to give credit where it's due. He pitched well. I don't think I can say that about Keller on a regular basis. The Pirates have lost 9 of his 13 starts.
Yeah, not good. Not good. He got beat around last time. 4 innings, 5 runs, 9 hits, 4 walks. That's if you're scoring at home, that's a whip over 3 for that performance against.
I guess if anything, you can say that the Pirates did have a little bit of an advantage because they know Tyone since he started his career there. I know a lot of those guys weren't there, but I mean, at least some of the coaching staff should know what he can throw.
So, okay, I will say this. He got lit up against Washington, and not a great performance against Tampa Bay. Not terrible. 3 earned, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 walk. But the four starts before that, he gave up 2 or less, and got into the 6th in all 4 of those starts. So he's not, he has the capability of being slightly above average. You're not going to say, well, he's going to mow people down and he's going to give up some runs. He's going to give up a couple of runs. That's his ceiling is what I'm saying. That's the best you can hope for with Mitch Keller. He goes in there, gives up a couple of runs. Maybe they get through against Severino for just enough.
Yeah, I'm just worried he hasn't won at home. He's 0-3. He's got a 4.46 ERA there. And sooner or later, the Yankees are going to go back to being what the Yankees are. And if that happens to Mitch Keller, I feel bad for him because, let's face it, the Pirates bullpen isn't going to do him any favors.
Tell you what, Yankees lose tonight, I will take full responsibility for their recent slide because ever since I said since
they win 75% of their games.
The Yankees are winning 75% of their games. If you can get them anytime below minus 300, you got to consider it. They've done nothing but shit the bed. So it hasn't been long. It's only been 1 game. So we'll see. One game does not make a trend. But if they can't beat Mitch Keller tonight, there could be problems. Yeah, I don't know.
And Bieber just gave up 3 runs in the 5th. Son of a bitch.
Hey,
of course, an error by Quan led in 2 of them.
I'm assuming you had the Guardians there.
Yeah, I said it yesterday when we were talking after the show. I was going to make that as my pick of the day because I figured that Bieber was going to pitch well and nobody likes Pineda. I mean,
so your pick of the day is off and running. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of like yours was the other day with the Orioles.
Dude, I've hit
the Orioles. But Creamer got lit up in the 5th inning the other day. Remember?
Well, they won that game though.
Right, they came back to win it, but you were all pissed off about how he got lit up in the fifth.
That's right. He gave up he gave up the Dean Kramer 3-run homer. It's kind of his trademark. He fucking mows them down, and then he loses his focus. Puts a couple guys on base, loses his focus, gives up a 3-run homer.
Well, in this case, it was a friggin' error.
Heartbreaker. Okay. Ohtani over strikeouts. Yeah.
Yeah. If you look, Miami is the sixth, is tied for the sixth most strikeouts per game on the year, 8.78. They fanned 8 times in 5 innings yesterday against Syndergaard. And like you said, Ohtani has pitched pretty well of late, and he's been striking out a lot of dudes.
Deal. Yep.
So I think Miami, we know Miami likes to. They got a lot of free swingers in that lineup.
Ooh. By the way, I was just looking ahead. It's Fade Mike Minor day tomorrow. Mike Minor gets another start. Fucking load up. He's not going to get many more.
Yeah, you don't think so? You think he's going to get?
He'll get
El Hooko.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god, Minor and Adon are starting tomorrow.
Adon's pitching too.
Adon is back going up against Bailey Falter and the Phillies.
I didn't know they were calling him back up.
I didn't know that either. Holy shit!
And you got Boobich. Boobich is going tomorrow too.
The boob. The
boob's going against Justin Verlander.
Ooh, there's your 350. There's your fucking. That'll be 300. That'll be 300 plus.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
It's not gonna. Yeah, it opened already at DraftKings at -2.
Don't say it. I was going to say it's going to open around -270, 280, and it's going to go up from there.
It's -295.
Okay, that's what it opened at.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I was.
And the Royals are +245.
That's going to be 320 by game time.
I thought you were going to say it was going to be 350 by game time.
It might, but 55 cent line move would be a ton, even in baseball. But I think 320, 330 is probably doable. Yeah.
So you're not going to live bet the Royals?
I don't know what it would take for me to fucking live bet the Royals.
What if you're drunk?
I guess that'd be randomly drunk on a Thursday. But okay, sure. It's got to be a getaway game too, so it's an early game.
Yeah, it's a 2:10 start.
Yeah. So it's well, I gotta be. Oh fuck! I got a mission, Chris. I gotta just basically start wake and bake, buddy. I just put the bottle of Jack Daniels.
Just don't go to sleep. Just start, when you're doing your Scotch
I'll start right after the show and see if I can just keep it going for 24 hours. Just blow right through fucking sleep. I'm gonna
the early returns on the money or on the run line. Houston -1.5 is -140.
Of the following list, I will need at least one of those things to make it happen: hookers and blow. Just saying. Okay, good. Mets, Braves.
Yeah, it's Fried and Mikolas. And like we said, the Cardinals bullpen hasn't done them any favors, and they had to throw a lot the last couple of days because their starting pitching sucked.
Yeah, they're still missing Cabrera. Of course, Hicks is out of the rotation.
Yeah, he sucked the other day when I watched him pitch too in relief.
Who's that?
Hicks.
Cabrera? Hicks?
No, Hicks. Let's see. Yesterday, Packy Naughton threw 39 pitches. Junior Fernandez threw 19. Zach Thompson threw 8. Yeah. Oviedo threw 30 on Monday, and Nail threw 27. Where the fuck he is? Hicks hasn't thrown since Saturday, so I guess they've got him, and I guess they've got Helsley, who hasn't pitched since Saturday, but he's their closer, so he hasn't pitched because they haven't had a lead.
Not to be confused with Heasley.
Is that how it's pronounced?
No, Heasley's the guy for the Royals.
Oh, okay, John Heasley, yeah.
And then
just making sure I wasn't mispronouncing his name.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Works for me.
Okay. Mets and Braves there. So if you wanted to play your Yankees at that prohibitive price of $195, and you want to play the Ohtani over on strikeouts 229, basically 2.3 to 1. Run line not going to help you much. Gives you boost you up there, getting close to 3 to 1 at 292. You want to play a little Mets and Braves money line. Better than 3 to 2, 160, and the run line will get you some profit there at 329.52. All right, Chris, let's rip through this work, everybody. We're coming down.
Pitching tomorrow.
Unbelievable. I was just scrolling, and I just happened to see that. I'm like, oh my god.
See, because MLB still shows TBD for them. But there's a lot of TBDs on this list.
Well, I will say I'm using StatFox. StatFox is either like really prescient and has the starters up there before they've officially been announced, or they're way fucking off base and that guy never sees the mound. So I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be like, Biff Tannen is pitching for somebody.
I do believe Mike Minor will pitch. I do believe.
Yeah, he's listed as confirmed.
I do believe Bailey Falter will pitch. I do have some questions about Adon. So
yeah, Falter's confirmed too, according to MLB.
So, and that's a mid-afternoon game, so keep an eye on that. Let me tell you something, kids. If you're not playing a Pirates fucking Phillies parlay tomorrow, I don't know. You guys you haven't learned anything.
Oh God, who could the Pirates have? Who would the Pirates have going tomorrow though? I mean,
Pirates have Brew Baker, Heartbreaker.
Okay, that's what I thought. I figured it was gonna be him or Contreras.
You remember the George Steinbrenner on Seinfeld singing the Heartbreaker, Brew Baker. You know who did that voice, by the way? Do you know who did?
Yeah, wasn't it Larry David?
It was Larry David. Absolutely correct, sir. Very well done. All right, 4-teamer. Let's go.
I remember when they traded him for the to the chicken place.
Yeah.
He's moonlighting for Tyler Chicken.
Angels over. Angels over the Marlins. Talked about that. Astros team total over 5.5 against the Royals. Who's pitching for the Royals tonight? Where are we at?
Brad Keller.
Yeah. It's the Kellers going tonight. Sure. Yeah.
I was just looking at recent games and seeing how Houston has put up runs.
Fuck! That's not a first 5 number. Oh yeah, load up on that.
Yeah, you'll look at the last 5 games in Houston has scored. Well, they had 7 on Monday. They had 9 yesterday. Going back to the Angels, they scored 8 on Friday, 9 on Saturday before scuffling to 4 on Sunday.
You say, yeah, but those are against shitty teams. Well, guess what? They're playing another shitty team. So yes, you know, if the Angels, if the Astros start scoring up with the Yankees, you go, well, then I don't know.
Yeah, then I would be thinking, Scott got a bunch of comments to yank out of there.
What's that?
If you look over in the chat there.
Let me exit full screen. Go ahead and run through the other 2.
Yeah, the Phillies over the Nats we talked about, and the Diamondbacks I'm taking a shot at here. Merrill Kelly's going. He's pitched
if you guys want to take advantage of that, it's going away. Write it down quick. Okay, it's over. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks. Merrill Kelly going against, I think it's Alex Cobb, and I can't put any more faith in Cobb than you can put in Alex Wood.
Wow. Okay.
And on a side note, Rye said he'll be randomly drunk on a Thursday because tomorrow's his birthday. So there you go. Now you got a reason to get drunk because you can get drunk with Rye.
Happy birthday, dude. Yeah, because it's my birthday's on Saturday.
Yeah, see? So there you go. You can just start early. You can have a 3-day bender.
So Rye's 7-7. That's cool. And then we'll do the show. We'll do the NASCAR show between our birthdays. It'll be a birthday. Man. It'll be a birthday sandwich, NASCAR edition. Excellent. All right, buddy. You like the Diamondbacks over the Giants there? Hey,
can you trust the Giants at this point? I mean, they're trying to rely. I mean, we talked about that a bit last year when Buster Posey was still there, but they're trying to rely on all these guys. Brandon Crawford's 35, Ruff's 35, Brandon Belt's 34. These guys were good when the Giants were winning World Series titles when they were in their prime. And to quote Charlie Donovan from Major League, some of these guys never had a prime.
They lost Posey and they lost Gausman. Those were 2 huge pieces.
Yeah.
It's made a difference. It's made this team from elite last year down to slightly above average this year.
You lost yesterday 6-2 in a game that Tyler Gilbert started. And I know, sure, Wood left when after 5 innings and they were ahead, and the Diamondbacks scored 5 against the bullpen in the 8th to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you scored 2 runs against a rotation that was fronted by Tyler Gilbert.
Yep, true. All right, buddy, if you wanted to play the 4 of those on the money line, 11-1, 11-15. If you wanted to play them on the run line, take a little gamble, as it were, 30-1, buddy, 30-12 on $100. Hit those 10s. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Let's go.
I went with Buxton over 1.5 total bases, of course.
Pitching for the White Sox.
Lance Lynn.
Fuck yeah. Load up.
Schwarber. Hey, Schwarber, I saw the Nationals Twitter yesterday tweeted saying, Kyle, it's not June anymore. Because, he lit them up again yesterday.
Fair enough.
He's getting plus money. I can't argue with it.
3 of your favorites here, Judge, Trout, and Alvarez, all squaring off against inferior competition. Well, the Angels, they just like the pitching matchup there, but Christian Javier, again, somebody that it's the Royals, a team that doesn't strike out a lot, but
They did strike out, I think, 9 times yesterday.
Yeah, Javier will give you some length.
And have you seen Javier's last 2 starts?
No.
14 innings, 1 run, 1 hit, struck out 27.
We got him right where we want him. Perfect.
Because remember, he was part of that no-hitter against the Yankees, and then you get 1 run on 1 hit and fanned 14 against the Angels.
Orioles over the Rangers, sure, why not? It's paid off for me last couple of days.
Yep, paid for me yesterday.
Rays,
in this spot.
Rays plus money over the Red Sox. Who's pitching for the Red Sox?
Brian Bello making his major league debut.
I'm Brian Bello. That's right.
Against the Kluba.
Paul Goldschmidt going up against who's pitching?
Freed.
That's right.
That's the one. That's one I'm a little worried about. I'm worried about the A's actually scoring any runs, but then I said, "Hey, look, Toronto's throwing Berrios, and he's been terrible."
Mm-hmm. He has been. Goldschmidt, I'd be more comfortable about plus 120 there for that. Just saying.
But, yeah, agreed. But I was trying to find something that wasn't, because you look at a lot of these and they're setting the prop bets at over half a total base at minus 180
with the lines that are available right now. With you got your midsummer lines at 200, 250, all that shit. I'm not going to roast you over any 10-team shit because I want to say you're scrambling, but your base of options is much smaller.
Right, and that's why I wasn't thrilled about putting Judge in there at minus 134. But
right, yeah. When I think that when you make your picks as far as games go, if I disagree, I'll tell you.
Right,
but on the 10-teamer shit, you're like, yeah, that's pick and choose.
We had 6 of the 8 that actually that actually came to fruition yesterday. Right. That hit because Devers didn't play.
Devers, yeah.
And Archer went on the IL like an hour before game time.
Right. Yeah, it was that was crazy.
But out of the other ones, the only ones that we didn't, Art Vandelay only struck out 2 instead of 3.
You know what? I forgot about that. I had that as a premium yesterday. I had the under there as a premium, and listed pitcher didn't go. That's not a loss. I'd written that.
Did you have the Twins game as an under?
Yeah, I had under 9.5, and it got to 10. Give it fucking 5 home runs.
Yeah, because Archer, got yanked, right. Which I didn't know about until I looked and said, "Why the fuck is Josh Finder pitching?"
Yeah, I thought the same thing, and I forgot about that. So anybody that saw my video and saw me graded that, I'm going to grade that as a no bet because that's a no decision. I always tell everyone it is always based on starting pitchers as listed pitchers.
Yeah, because we had talked about that before. Because you brought that up as you can always make sure that if you're not sure about the bet because you're basing it on the pitching, make sure you lock in the listed pitchers have to go.
Correct.
Whereas if you think somebody's going to get thrashed anyway, you just go with whoever pitches.
99% of the time, your default will be listed pitchers on your website. You usually have to go to the pull down menu to change it. It'll default to listed pitchers. Probably 9 sites out of 10 are probably that way. So anyway, 146, 247, very good payouts, Chris. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Well, hopefully Rye has a happy birthday and doesn't end up with alcohol poisoning or anything like that.
Absolutely, brother.
So we'll be able to see him on Friday. Other than that, let's hope that Cleveland realizes that they can actually score runs because they're playing the friggin' Tigers, and we talked about how Detroit sucks most of the time.
There you go. All right, guys. As always, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate each and every one of you, and good luck. Let's hit some parlays. Let's hit some games. Let's hit some player props. We got some afternoon action. You guys can, if you want to get that afternoon buzz going. What the fuck? It's Wednesday. You got baseball on. Hopefully the work's done for the day. Tip one for me. All right, Chris. Have a great day, buddy. I hope you have a good afternoon. Good luck on all of your plays, of course. You guys come back and see us tomorrow. We're going to do this every day, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. Chris and I, the deal. We'll start it off. We'll get to know you. We'll talk a little bit, but at the end, when it's all business, as we're going to be talking about
just parlays.
You guys take care. We'll see you tomorrow.